What's really magical about walking through this snowy forest in winter, way up here in the northeast corner of China, is the fact that the snow is like a blank page of paper that is there for anybody who wishes to slow down enough to read it. And written on this page is the lives of all these wild animals. Mink, weasels, mice, rabbits, they leave their mark. And in the springtime, these marks will vanish. So for me, it's a nice reminder of how short and precious life is. Still, no sign of a tiger. Even these men who work in the forest all their life rarely see one. But what I have seen is that this area that was once logged for decades is now recovering its wildlife, which is crucial if the remaining Siberian tigers in Northeast Asia are to truly thrive here. And I know they're out there somewhere. Li Wanlu has seen a tiger, many in fact, without even setting foot into the forest.
This is the Hunchun
section.
Your section.
But the park is much bigger, yeah?
Yes.
And these are camera traps.
Yes.
Wow.
I've come to a monitoring center at the Northeast China Tiger and Leopard National Park, where wildlife conservation has entered a new era.
这个是整个虎豹公园的地图，然后经过那个红外线相机传输到平台上，然后可能我们就2-3分钟之内左右就能看到它这个回传回来的视频。
How is it identified?
它是用那个系统自动识别，主要是根据每种动物的不同特征来进行一个识别。
And like you see this data stream coming down, you see it saying tiger. Do you click on it immediately to see it?
会马上看一眼出现在东北虎的时候，我们需要看一眼它的体态特征是健康，然后看一下它的出现的位置。对于人或者是动物来说，是不是能达到这种人和虎都比较相对安全的一个位置。
You've been here almost 3 years. In the last 3 years, how many times have you had to kind of warn a village about a tiger nearby? 2 times? 10 times?
因为我们每天就基本都是都会发。
Yeah, but there's understand 明白。
我们不光预警东北虎，就是豹活动，然后像夏天左右熊活动也是有。Round-the-clock monitoring using camera traps shows an increase in the number of wild Siberian tigers since the inception of the park from 27 to 50, and Amur leopard populations have expanded from 42 to 60. As the only real-time monitoring system in the world that achieves such an extensive coverage of a large national park, biologists are now leveraging some 30,000 infrared cameras to collect ecological information about the soil, the water, and air via built-in sensors. That kind of data, that kind of information is valuable not just to protect the big charismatic species like tigers and leopards, but that helps you determine the health of the forest, for example. And all these things will even help maybe modeling with climate change.
Yeah? Oh, I see the black one.
Oh, you're hired, man. Yeah. Xiao Yan is the deputy director of the Scientific Research Center at Hunchun Forestry Bureau. He shows me the key piece of technology central to keeping this sophisticated system running. And it's not a camera, if that's what you're thinking.
所有的相机都是靠信号塔去给它传播信号，完了相机拍照的那个视频会回传到我们平台上。这个塔呢是原先就有这个防火塔，它进行防火观测瞭望，就护林员在这块儿。后来是因为需要这个基站需要在高度的地方，完在它的塔尖上就重新增加了一个基站。
You have basically built your own animal
cell tower network, where the animals are kind of, in a way, talking to your experts back in Hunchun.
对，这属于是一个科技的手段运用于保护有限的人，保护更大的范围。
Well, it's fun to think of how all these wild animals are connected to the humans here. The reality is that there's still a significant physical disconnect between them. So how will the greater public get to see them once the park officially opens?
Every country has a different strategy for how do you get the public into a park, which is a really important piece of the puzzle, because if you don't get people to come to the park as eco-tourists, they don't realize the value of the park and the value of the nature of their country. So the challenge for this ecosystem is, how do you make it both interesting but safe, right? Because you can't have people out walking through the forest where there are big tigers around who can eat them. So it's a challenge.
Back at Jingguling Station, Forest Guard Wang Xianli has kindly invited us for dinner.
From nearby?
就这河套的山顶的源头，水的源头，没有污染。